In Switzerland, there are many good ski resorts. Some cost more than 100 francs for one day of skiing, for example St. Moritz or Flims Lags. However, even though the quality of Arosa-Lenzerheide is just as good, you only pay around 80 francs, so let me show you what a day here is like.
Good morning. Today I'm here in Arosa, which is actually my favorite ski resort. For more than 15 years I've been here every winter, so this place is something really special to me.
We always went to Arosa with the family, usually for 1 and sometimes even for 2 weeks. I think the first time we went, I was around 4 or 5 years old, so I was still a small child. My grandparents also joined us on vacation, which made it even more special. Every time I come here, I feel really nostalgic and it's like home to me. Last year I didn't visit Arosa, so I was looking forward to the skiing even more. And early in the morning, when the slopes are perfect, it's the most fun.
Wow, look at that view. I really miss this. Now I will do the first run, but first I want to give you an overview of Arosa-Lenzerheide.
Here you can see the ski map with all the slopes and lifts. On the left you can see Arosa, in the middle is the Rothorn side of Lenzerheide, and on the right is the Stätzerhorn side of Lenzerheide. By the way, right now I'm standing here at the top of the Gamenna lift. Arosa-Lenzerheide is one of Switzerland's major ski resorts. It offers more than 200 kilometers of freshly prepared slopes every day. As you can see, the conditions were just perfect. I was still warming up, especially on the first and last run of the day. It's important to be careful because that's when the most accidents happen.
Daylight dancing on the wind, feels like I've been born again. When I'm with you, I'm coming alive. I'm coming alive. I'm coming alive. Like a wildflower. Summer sunsets, canyon clouds. Feels like time is slowing down. Don't wake me now.
Yes, this is so much fun. Now I have to go to the top again, and this is actually the only chairlift I know that has a middle station.
By the way, the slope you just saw is one of my favorite of the ski resort. In this clip you can already see the middle station. That's really unusual for a chairlift. Usually I go all the way to the top, but for beginners the middle station is very important because at the top there are black slopes only. In the meantime, there's a sign for exactly that reason, but a few years ago that wasn't the case. At that point, I was on the other black slope leading to the Plattenhorn lift. This run is also a lot of fun, and it's definitely steeper than it looks on camera.
With your pain, at night you become a window frame.
Before I was at Gamenna, Now I'm at the Plattehalm lift. This lift is also nice, but compared to Gamenna, it's not as interesting in my opinion.
Already on the lift, you can see that it's much flatter here. I love carving, and for that you need a certain speed. Even though the slopes aren't that steep here, you can still do some carving luckily. I was already at the bottom again. It's so nice when there is almost no queue. I was in Arosa in January. In the past I was usually there in February. There are many more people in February, so I wasn't used to such short queues. When I was almost at the top, I saw an animal, but I'm not quite sure what it was.
I've actually never seen animals that close to the lift in winter. I think for them it must be really nice that there isn't that much snow.
Compared to a few years ago, there's much less snow in the meantime. I assume for the animals it's now easier to find food, but for skiing it's not great. Ski resorts have relied more on artificial snow and seen less reliable snowfall. Especially for ski resorts at lower elevations this is a problem. Arosa-Lenzerheide luckily doesn't suffer that much yet. At that point, I was at the Hörnli lift. This is one of my favorite lifts, and usually I could spend hours here, but unfortunately some of the best slopes are closed. When looking at the map, there are 2 black slopes at the Hörnli lift, but both were not open. That's the case because there was not enough snow. However, I decided to do the red slope, which is really nice as well.
You are my heart, you are my dream, come alive, my everything, my like no other. Yeah, I could stay here with you for forever.
Where I'm standing right now, I broke my arm a very long time ago. This is definitely something I will never forget.
As you can see, it's a really steep section. You have to gain a lot of speed for the flat section that follows. On the day of the accident, there was a lot of snowfall. There were approximately 10 centimeters of snow on the slope. While I was building up speed, my pole got stuck in the snow. It pulled me back so abruptly that I broke my arm. It was quite unlucky. Fortunately today everything is alright again. Around 4 years ago there was another incident. Luckily nothing happened to me then. However, my ski didn't survive. The crash wasn't too spectacular. I don't really know how that happened. The new ski I bought is a Nordica Dobermann and I'm really happy with it. It's a slalom ski and ideal for carving. By the way, at that point I was doing a scenic traverse to the Weisshorn gondola.
And I feel unworthy of your love most days. Yet you welcome me into your holy place. With nothing to gain, nothing to lose, nothing to show, and nothing to prove. The weight of the world falls off my shoulders as the weight of your love comes crashing in, come crashing in.
This is the highest point in Arosa. The view here is absolutely amazing. I would say it's definitely worth it to visit the Weisshorn.
To be honest, I don't go to the Weisshorn very often because I don't like taking my skis off for the gondola. But given the breathtaking views, I can recommend visiting at least once. In addition to the view, the slope is also very beautiful and fun to ride. I was now heading to the Brückehond lift to do the Black Diamond slope.
Open your eyes to golden light. There's a world of wonder painted in the sky. What a beautiful sight. It's all waiting for you. It's all waiting for you. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Lift riding is actually also an important part of skiing. It's important that the legs can rest for a few minutes after every run. In my opinion, it's also great to enjoy the beautiful view. Modern lifts like this one are really comfortable and fast. I was almost at the top already.
Now I'm standing at the top of the Black Diamond slope, and since I already know it, I can already tell you that it's a bit overrated in my opinion. At least it's not one of my favorite slopes.
Please don't get me wrong, it's definitely a nice slope. Especially the upper section that you see right now is a lot of fun. However, the very steep section that follows is not my favorite. I can highly recommend to do this slope in the morning, because in the afternoon it's in the shade and the slope is much harder compared to the beginning of the day.
Your eyes are the color of the sunflowers, so radiant, wild and free. And the world stops spinning, I lose track of all the hours. There's no place I'd rather be. We are two hearts intertwined. I can see it in your eyes, like the sun that beats the morning sky. We are perfect, perfectly aligned.
It was time for the first T-bar lift. That's something you don't see often anymore. These lifts are quite chill. It always reminds me of silly things I used to do with my friends when we were younger. The fact that you have control over your skis offers some interesting possibilities.
There's nothing sweeter. I could stay right here forever to hear the sound of your heartbeat.
This is the Kuba. It's actually the most famous après-ski location in the whole canton of Graubünden. It's a really nice place.
The Kuba is so famous that pretty much everyone knows it. For some people, this bar is the main reason why they choose Arosa for their ski vacation. I've been there several times and I can highly recommend it. At that point, I showed everything you need to know about Arosa. I was heading to Lenzerheide, but first I had to take the Hörnli gondola.
Another night highway, my mind drifts to your place, the kind of can't always stay.
It's finally time to go to Lenzerheide. It's so nice that they built the Urdenbahn. Like that, it's really easy to go to the other side.
The Urdenbahn is a spectacular aerial tramway that links the ski areas of Arosa and Lenzerheide, creating one of Graubünden's largest connected ski regions. It was built in 2013 after decades of planning and nearly 50 million in investment. The tram spans about 1.7 kilometers without any support towers, carrying up to 1,700 people per hour. Even though it was afternoon already, I was looking forward to my first run in Lenzerheide.
Pieces of my heart scattered like stone, and I'm just trying to figure it out. For everyone I find, another goes missing. I fix it all if I just knew how. I'm just trying to puzzle piece. I'm just trying to get some sleep. But the ocean of my heart is raging. I don't really know what to say. I take a breath and try to breathe.
It was time for another gondola. I was about to visit the highest point of the whole ski resort. By the way, last year Arosa-Lenzerheide was crowned Switzerland's best resort in the Blick Winter Awards, in which more than 50,000 people cast their votes. I think this says a lot about the excellent quality of the slopes and the good infrastructure.
Wow, this view is also really amazing. Now I'm on the Rotham, the highest point in Lenzerheide. The weather really couldn't be better today, but even up here there's not much snow.
I was really looking forward to this descent. It's one of the longest of the ski resort. With this amazing weather, skiing is so much fun. I would say that the weather plays a bigger role compared to hiking or other sports. When it's cloudy, you can't see any patterns in the snow, which makes it half as much fun. However, on days like today, I'm always confident because you can see clearly what lies ahead.
I am listening. You are a voice whispering in my ear, shining through the bells steady ringing. The words I can't ignore. Wide hearts open door. I was young, I was sure I could hear the singing. Call me home as the ocean throws the water to the shoreline, the blanket on the coast. From the stories old, let the truth be.
Now I'm on the Weisshorn Express, which would be a really nice chairlift, but also here, unfortunately, the best slope is closed. It's like over there, but as you can see, they are producing a lot of artificial snow. Yeah, some people like it, others don't like it that much.
With artificial snow, the slopes are much harder compared to natural snow. There are many people that don't like it. However, in my opinion it's not that bad. What I don't like is when there's fresh snow. With the snowboard it's amazing for off-piste riding, but whenever there's snowfall, the slopes are soft for 2 days at least. In most cases, I would prefer hard over soft, so it was fine with me. By the way, maybe you noticed that I was riding the same slope again, I didn't have another option.
Daylight goodbyes, cheek to cheek. Pretty people sat out in the street.
For the second time on this day, I made use of the Urdenbahn. It's so crazy how fast time flies by when skiing. But this shows how much fun it is. Since I was filming the whole day, time went by even faster. It was already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was heading to a beautiful spot at the Gamenna lift. As this is my first skiing video, I would be really curious to know if you would like to see more skiing content, so let me know down in the comments.
That's such a beautiful spot. I always come here to enjoy the late afternoon sun, and I even still have a Capri Sun that I can drink now. It was an absolutely amazing day, and Arosa-Lenzerheide is an awesome ski resort, and it's also quite big. Even though I didn't do a lunch break, I didn't have enough time to go to the other side of Lenzerheide. So yeah, I can highly recommend to check it out and give it a try. Yeah, consider to subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, thanks a lot for watching, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.
In the next video, Vivi and I will do a beautiful hike in the Goms Valley in the Swiss Alps. I was really glad not to be alone anymore. It was a lot of fun to do this hike together with Vivi, and we had some amazing views. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like this video, so that you don't miss out on my next adventure.